Hello everybody, my name's Alex and I am a physiotherapist from PhysioFunction, and I'm going to be taking your level 3 different strokes exercise class today. Okay, so we want you to have a challenging class, an enjoyable class, but it's important for your safety that you exercise to the correct level. So a level 3 exercise class is designed for people who can move their affected leg reasonably well and can stand with a light support, okay, may have restricted movement in their affected arm, okay. But what we're going to do today is we're going to do a mixture of seated and standing exercises. It's important that for your safety, for the standing exercises, you have somebody available to supervise you and assist as required for your balance. Okay, so what we're going to do today is we're going to do a lower body focused class. So last week we did an upper body focus. This week it's going to be more lower body. So we're going to start with a warm up, which is going to start in sitting. Okay, and then we're going to move into a circuit, and that's going to be a combination of lower body exercises and some cardiovascular work before going into a cool down. So make sure you've got a drink there in case you need one. With all the classes, I want you to go at your own pace, and if you need to have a rest at any point, please do. The joy of these exercise classes being recorded now as well is that you can pause. So if you need to pause and have a break, then you can do that. Or alternatively, just have your break and join back in when you feel ready. Okay, so we're going to start with some arm circles. So try and sit nice and tall in your chair, okay? And we're going to start with some circles backwards. Okay, so with your affected arm, I just want you to move it as far as you can and as much as you can. All right. It's also important to say that for the standing exercises, it's important that you have a sturdy upright chair or a support available, such as a bench. Or alternatively, if you have a walking aid there as well, you can use that. But I recommend, a sturdy upright chair or a bench that you could hold on to for support. Okay, and we're going to come forward now. Lovely. Big circles. If you can do, try and make them a bit bigger. Sit. Really good. Fantastic, everybody. Lovely. Okay, and relax there. The next one we're going to do is a clean and press. So we're going to bend our arms up and reach up to the ceiling. Now what you can do here, if you've got some restricted movement in your affected arm, hold your hands together in front, bend up in front, and then you're going to lift. So you can either do it hands clasped or hands separate, moving within your range. You might find that you've got a bit of shoulder stiffness. So if you can't get your arms up, that's absolutely fine. Just move to a height that's comfortable for you. So if you want to, you could just reach it in forward if that's more within your limits. Fantastic. So straightening, bending and reaching towards the ceiling if you can. Awesome, well done guys. Let's do a couple more here. Fantastic. Maybe one more, big reach. Really good. Awesome. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a knee to elbow. So we're going to start to get our middle warmed up a little bit. So again, you can hold your hands in front or you can have them separate. We're going to try and lift one knee and bring it to the opposite elbow. And then the other side. Okay, so we're going to work here. We're going to twist opposite knee, opposite elbow, and the other way. If you can't get them to touch, again, absolutely fine. You're just thinking about bringing them towards each other. Try here as well to sit nice and tall. So try not to sort of slouch too far forward. Trying to sit as tall as you can. Bring opposite knee to opposite elbow. Lovely. Excuse my squeaky chair. Let's do one more each side. Fantastic. Okay, the next one we're going to do is a modified EU stretch, as I like to call it. Okay, so we're going to have one leg out straight in front, okay, arms down by your side, and we're going to think about sweeping forward and up. So this is just starting to warm up the muscles at the back of your leg. So if I come to the side to show you what it looks like, okay, so you've got one leg out straight in front of you. You may need to hotch towards the edge of your chair, arms down in front. You're trying to sweep forward and up. Okay, think about keeping your chest up and leaning forward from your hips. If that's a bit tricky for you, again, you could clasp your hands in front, reach forward and up, or just move within whatever limits or whatever range is available to you. So forward and up. Let's do two more on this side, forward and up. You might find as well you're more flexible on one side than the other. Generally, we usually are. Fantastic. Okay, so you're going to swap your legs over. Legs straight. All right. Again, sweeping forward and up. Lovely. Again, so I'm just faced to the side here to demonstrate. You do not have to be side on in your chair, so you stay nice and forward. Lovely. Okay. Think forward and up. Good. Let's do a couple more here. So sweep down and up, hands clasped or open. One more, think reach down and up. Fantastic. Okay, next one we're going to do, again, focusing on warming up the hip. So we're going to start with one leg. So you start on your right or your left, completely up to you. Sitting tall in your chair. We're going to try and think about stepping our foot out to the side, but keeping our knee in, and then foot the other way, keeping the knee in there too. So we're thinking about rotating from the hip. So stepping foot out, stepping foot in, trying to keep your knee at the same point. So rather than moving the whole leg in and out, we're just thinking about rotating that leg. So stepping it out, stepping it in. Good, keep that knee. Imagine it's pointing straight ahead. And it's not moving. And out. You should feel this in your hip. Lovely. That's it. Do one more on this side. Good. Okay, and then the other leg. So again, knee staying still, foot coming out and in. Lovely. Again, you'll probably find on one side you've got a bit more movement than the other. And you may find that your leg moves more than mine, moves less than mine. Everybody's different. So just move with what's available to you. Good. Let's do two more here. Lovely. Last one. Lovely. And rest there. Okay, we're just going to finish with a bit of marching. So I'm going to put my stopwatch on. Okay. We're going to go for a minute. Are you ready? And off you go. We're going to start by marching. So get your arms going, get your legs going. Really get those feet moving as quick as you can. And if you want to, get your arms punching a bit. We're getting everything warmed up. Well done, everybody. Keep it going. Good. 15 seconds left. Keep it moving. Fantastic. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fantastic. Okay, so grab yourself a drink if you need one, and we'll get set up for our main circuit. So the first two exercises, they're working on improving, so they're working on your leg muscles, predominantly your thigh muscles and your bottom muscles, okay? And they're aimed to help improve your ability to stand up and sit down. So the first exercise is what we call a jockey lift. So I'm going to turn my chair side on so that you can see. Okay. So this exercise, I want you to try and sit forward in your chair. Make sure you've got your support nearby. So if you want to, you can have a bench in front of you, or you could have a sturdy chair, or you could have your walking aid in front of you as well to help you for when we get to the standing. Okay. Have an assistant, a carer, or a family member nearby to supervise as well for safety. So the jockey lift, what we're going to think about doing is we're thinking about the first part of standing up. So if you need to use your hands for this one and for standing up, then please do. If you can do it without your hands, then great, that's the next level up. So you're bringing your feet back behind your knees, okay? Your heels might be slightly lifted, that's okay. We're going to think about leaning our weight forward, think about bringing your chest over your knees, and we're going to lift our bottom off the chair, okay? It's called a jockey lift because this almost simulates the position a jockey would be on a horse, all right? And then we're going to come back down. So the idea with this is we're getting used to bringing our body forward, weight over your knees, over your feet, and then coming back down. So if you're having your hands on the arm of the chair, you can push, keep your arms there, think about keeping your weight in your feet. So you're thinking about bringing it more towards the balls of your feet and then back, okay? If you're going without your hands, you can have them out in front or crossed. We're coming forward, trying to keep our balance here, and then coming back, thinking about nice even weight through your legs, okay? So we're going to have a practice of this one now, okay? We're going to go for about 90 seconds. So just going to set my stopwatch up. Okay, so get yourself in position, hotch towards the front of the chair, using your hands, arms on the chair if you are, and we're going to push forward, bring your weight over both your legs, hold, and then come back down. Good. If you can as well, try and keep your eyes looking forward rather than down to the ground, okay? We're trying to keep that chest up, okay? Bringing your weight forward over your knees, bottom up, and then back down. Again, if you wanted to step it up a level, you could have your hands out in front, reaching. You could always reach toward the bench top. That's usually quite a nice thing to do. Have a good aim for it. But making sure you're not grabbing and pulling. So you could reach forward for the bench top, try and hold it there, and then come back. Fantastic. You're over halfway. So we're reaching forward, getting our weight over our feet, and then we're coming back down. Good. And then again, reaching forward, and then we're coming back down. Again, with this one, move at your own pace. Good. And back down. Okay, got time for one more. So again, hands where you want them to be, reaching forward, bringing your weight over your feet. Think about that weight being even. And back down. Fantastic. Okay, using that movement that we've just done, we're going to work on our sit to stand. So this is where you'd want a bench or a sturdy upright chair, or alternatively your walking aid. Have someone there to supervise you as well for safety. So for the sit to stand, if you need to use your hands, then please do, okay? Or if you would like to try without your hands, then that's also an option for you if that's something you're able to do. Okay, so sit to stand, what we're thinking of again, same as that last exercise, the jockey lift, we're thinking about bringing our chest over our toes, coming forward, and then we're pushing up through our legs, squeezing our bottom and our thighs, getting our balance, and then we're coming back down, okay? When you're sitting back down, it's important to try not to fall back, try and keep it controlled, okay? If you can sort of stand, if you need to use your hands to stand, but you think you might be able to sit without your hands safely, then you could try that as an exercise. Just have your hands hovering there if you need them, okay? So again, we're going to go for 1.5 minutes. Right, so off we go. We're going to stand up, nose over toes, squeeze up tall, weight even through your feet. And then you're going to stick your bottom out, slowly control letting your knees bend and come back down. Again, if you've got arms on your chair, please reach back for them if you need to for safety. And again, you're coming up, squeezing bottom nice and tall, reaching back for the chair if you need to, or alternatively, if you're going without your hands, try and slowly control down with your legs. Good. And again, we're coming up, squeeze tall, weight even, get your balance with your aid if needed. And then sit back down. Brilliant. And we're going again. We're standing up, squeeze up tall, weight even, and then sit back down, nice and slow. Good. And again, we're going to stand up. We're over halfway. Good. Have a support if needed. Get your balance, weight even, sit back down. So again, weight even through your legs as you're standing and sitting. So really think about pushing up with that affected side, making sure that knee is squeezed strong when you're standing. And then you're coming back down nice and slowly. Good. And again, think power up forward and squeeze up tall. Weight even. Stick your bottom back. Sit down slowly. Okay, I think we can fit one more in. Big lean forward, big stand up, power up tall, weight even through your legs. Stick your bottom out, sit down nice and slowly. Fantastic. Right, grab a drink if you need one. I'm going to turn my chair back around, okay? And we're going to go into a bit of a cardiovascular exercise next. So we're going to do a box step. So the box step, you could do this in sitting if you feel like you need a bit of a break. An active break, okay? So box step is we're going to go forward, forward, back, back with our legs. If you want and you think you can do this in standing, come next to your support and we're going to think about going forward, forward, back, back. Or alternatively, if that's a bit too much for you at the moment, I want you to try and just do some marching on the spot, okay? We're going to try and do this one for a minute. So we're going to minute as quick as you can safely do. Ready? Off we go. Marching for a minute. Okay, important with this one. You try and keep your balance. If you need to, you can always have a chair and a support either side. Think about moving those feet as quickly as you can. Again, if standing's a bit tricky at the moment for you, have a sit down and do the marching and sitting. Think about getting those arms going as well. Really nice. You're over halfway. That's it. Keep those feet moving, everybody. Really good. One left. Almost there. Fantastic. And stop there. Okay. The next exercise we're going to do is a hamstring curl. So I want you to stand at your support, okay? So this could be at the bench or using a sturdy upright chair, okay? Just make sure it's something that's nice and stable for you. Okay, so what we're going to try and do, we're going to try and do a hamstring curl. So this works the muscle at the back of your leg, all right? So we're going to do it on both legs. We'll start trying to do it on your unaffected side first. So this is going to be quite nice because it's going to be working on your ability to maintain your balance on your affected side and maintain your weight down through that leg. If this is a bit much for you, you can do it in sitting, so I'll show you that in a moment. So we're going to try and bring our weight onto one leg, and then the other one, we're going to try and bring heel towards bottom and back down. Okay, heel to bottom and back down. Now you might find that you don't get your leg up very far. That is absolutely fine. As long as you're feeling it working back here, move within your limits, okay? If that's just not available to you at the moment, okay, I want you to come into sitting and think about sliding that leg back as far as you can, squeezing that muscle and coming forward. So just from the side, so I can show you, you'd be sliding one leg back, bending that knee as much as you can, and then bringing it back forward again. Okay, so that is a seated option for you. All right, so again, we're gonna go for 90 seconds. So I'm gonna tell you halfway when to switch legs. Okay, so set the stopwatch off. Okay, off we go. So bringing your weight onto one leg, your affected side, think about squeezing your affected side nice and strong. Curl unaffected leg up and down. Now if you need to, you can think about resetting each time, bringing your weight onto your affected leg, growing nice and strong and tall while you bend up your unaffected knee or bend your heel towards your bottom. So try and keep your chest up nice and tall here. Really think about squeezing the back of that thigh, bending that knee. Really think about growing tall on that affected leg, so keeping that leg nice and strong. Try not to sort of sink down. Really think about squeezing your thigh, squeezing your bottom. We'll do one more here. Fantastic. And then what we're going to do is we're going to move on to your affected leg now. So think about shifting your weight onto your unaffected side, okay? And you're going to bend up the other knee. So thinking of bending your affected leg now. Again, you might find that you don't get your leg very high. That is absolutely fine. Just try and work within your limits. We're aiming to keep our legs, our knees in line as well. Okay? Off we go. We're bending up and down. Fantastic. Up and down. Really good. Bending it up as far as you can and down. This is a really tricky exercise. I find this one quite hard as well. The hamstring muscles are often quite weak on a lot of people, and they can particularly be weak after you've had a stroke. But it's a really nice exercise to try and get those muscles working, helping for when you're walking and trying to bend and swing that leg through. Really nice. One more here. Lovely. Okay, so the last exercise we're going to do before we go on to another cardiovascular one is a side step. So again, we can do this one. I'll show you a standing option. If you need to have a rest or do an active recovery in seated, I will show you that too. We're going to think about taking a step out to the side, back to the middle. Okay, side and middle. With this one, I want you to keep your toes pointing forward, okay? And really take a nice big out to the side, back to the middle, okay? We're thinking about working these hip muscles, all right? If you want to make it a bit more challenging, if that's really easy for you, you could step to the side, do a little knee bend there, and then come back to the middle, okay? So that makes it a bit trickier. If you're wanting to have a seated active recovery, okay, we're going to sit here in your chair. You're going to bring one leg out to the side and back to the middle, okay? So you just do one at a time, like I've been standing, and then I will tell you when to switch halfway, okay? Right, so we're going to go, and we're going to aim to go, again, for a minute and a half. So that's 45 seconds on each side. Okay, so what we'll do firstly is we'll start with, well, you can start with whichever leg you'd like to, actually. So pick your leg you're going to start with. Okay, off we go. So out to the side, back to the middle. Okay, if you wanted to make it a little bit more upper body inclusive, we're going to go, you can open your arm up and bring it back in. So that's an option. Okay, or if you wanted to make it a bit more challenging for your leg, you're doing that little side bend and then coming back in. So step and bend. So picking whichever option you would like to do. If you're doing the side bend, I'm just going to go to the side to show you here for a moment. You're going to step to the side. When you bend that knee, make sure you stick your bottom out, keep your chest upright, and then come here. So try not to let those toes lift up and sort of come forward like this. Keep your toes on the ground, stick bottom back, and then come back to the middle. Okay, we're going to change sides now. So I want you to turn around, swap sides if you're standing. If you're sitting, just change legs. Okay, out to the side, back to the middle. Okay, so that's option one. Okay, sitting or standing. Adding arms, another option. You could do this in the chair as well. So you could add your arm in the chair as you step out to the side. Or doing your little knee bend. Oops, sorry, I bent my wrong knee there. Coming out, bend, back to the middle. Remember, keeping that chest up, keeping the weight in your heel, both feet facing forward. So picking whatever option works for you. You might also find doing this that you feel more comfortable facing the bench. Okay, that is absolutely fine, whatever works for you. So I'm going to get you to do one more. And then we're going to come back to the middle. Fantastic. Okay, so we've got one more cardiovascular exercise we're going to do for a minute. Okay, I'm going to get you here to come back into sitting. Okay, so make your way into the chair and we're going to do some punching. So I'm just going to set my stopwatch up again. Okay. And then we're going to do punching your arms, okay? Punching your arms as quick as you can. Doesn't have to be a big movement. If you struggle with punching your affected side, again, think shoulder movement. Okay? Off we go. Punch those arms. Really think about getting those arms moving as quick as you can. Trying to get that heart rate up a bit. Really nice, everybody. That's it. Keep it going. I always find with this one, my chair likes to squeak a little bit, so please ignore the squeaky chair. Really good, keep those arms moving. We're halfway. So have both those feet on the ground, try and sit tall in your chair. You might find this one starts working your tummy muscles as well. Really good. Nearly there, 10 seconds left. Come on, really big push. That's it, nearly there. Keep going. And stop and relax. Fantastic, well done. Okay, we're going to come into our cool down now. Okay, so because we've done a lot of legs, we're going to focus our cool down stretches on our legs today. So, the first one we're going to do in standing. So I want you to make your way up to your support, okay? If this is a bit much for you at the moment, I will show you a seated option, okay? But if you can do, I want to get you to go to your support. So I want you to have your hands on your support in front. So it could be the back of a sturdy chair or it could be a bench. We're going to step one leg back, one leg forward. The back leg is going to be straight. And you're going to bend that front knee until you feel a stretch down the back calf muscle. So the muscle down at the back of your leg above your ankle. We're going to hold that there, okay? If you're sitting and you can't do the standing one at the moment, okay, or you're preferring to do the sitting option, I'll get you to sit in your chair. I'm just going to go side on to show you. Slide your foot back as far as you can, okay? So your heel might be a little bit off the floor, that's okay. You're going to lean down through that leg to get your heel to the floor and feel a stretch down the back of that calf muscle, okay? So picking whichever option you're going for, okay? And then if you're standing, I want you to change legs, okay? Opposite leg back, bending that front knee, keep the back leg straight, chest up, okay? And if you're sitting, I want you to change legs now as well. So opposite leg sliding back as far as you can and then leaning down through that knee. Think about taking some nice big breaths here as well. And congratulating yourselves for completing the class. Fantastic. Okay, we're going to come back down to sitting now. Okay, so if you sit back down in your chair, we're just going to do a stretch for these muscles down the back of your thighs or your hamstrings, okay? I am going to turn side on again so that you can see me, but please stay sitting forward in your chair. Okay, so you're going to straighten one leg out. You may need to sit towards the front of your chair, hands on the bent knee, and you're going to sit forward, keeping your chest up, head looking forward, until you feel a stretch down the back of that front thigh. Think about keeping that knee straight and pull your toes up if you can. Take some nice big breaths here. Good, one more big breath. Fantastic, and you're going to swap legs. Other leg forward, nice and straight. Other leg bent back. Lean on that bent knee. Sit forwards, keep that chest up. Think about sticking your bottom backwards. Keep that front leg straight until you feel a stretch down the back of that front thigh. Getting a bit tongue-tied today. Good. Nice big breaths here, really try and relax. Okay, and then come back up. Okay, the next one I want you to do, you may need to sit back in your chair a little bit, okay? You're going to bring one knee up towards your chest. Now, if you can hold with both hands behind your knee, then do so, okay? Or alternatively, if you can just hold with your unaffected side, that's great. Just a bit of caution here, if you have had a hip replacement before, okay? You might not want to pull it right up above 90 degrees, so just take care if you have had a hip replacement. Okay, you might take a nice big breath. You might want to do some ankle rolls here. Thinking about stretching in your bottom at the top of the thigh at the back. Okay. And then relax down, and we're going to do the other leg. So again, holding behind the thigh, knee towards your chest. If you can hold with both hands, great. Otherwise, hold with one hand. Or if you've got someone there that can assist you, they can help support behind your leg too. Again, thinking knee towards the tummy. And do some ankle rolls if that's available to you. Lovely. Thank you all very much for joining me again today. Please, as always, as well, if you have any comments or feedback, please leave them below and give us a thumbs up if you've done the class and you've enjoyed it. Lovely, and then relax down. Okay, one last thing, I want you to try and reach your arms up in front of you. Again, just as far as available to you. If you can't reach up, reach forward, reach up, and big breath in, and then out. As you come down, we're going to do one more big breath in, and out. Fantastic. Well done, everybody. Have a fantastic rest of your week, and I look forward to seeing you all again next week. Thank you again. Bye.